It's called the Founders Bible. David's been writing this one for a while now, and it has just come out. And I want you to know how crucial this is, because this really explains the role of the conservative Christian value. My good friend David Barton, founder and president of Wall Builder, author of a new book, The Founders Bible, which I think, man, David, I think this is one reason why you have had problems in the last year or so, because this is an important book.
I agree.
This is, do everything you can to not get people to read this book.
Yeah.
You agree?
I agree. I think I didn't know it until I was asked to do this, but I think a good reason that I exist was for that Bible right there. All the stuff we've done for 25 years, collecting founders' documents and writings and speeches, it all went into that. And I would never have known that 25 years ago. I wouldn't have known that a year ago. I mean, this has happened the last year that I was asked to provide this. So I think that's it.
You think this is your life's work?
It is at this point. I am convinced that's the most significant thing I've done in my entire life to this point, is that work right over there.
So is this based on the Geneva Bible?
It's not. It's the New American Standard Bible. But what made this Bible so significant was the commentaries around it.
And
that's what I think the same thing is
there. You've taken the commentary from the founders. This is not your commentary.
That's right.
This is the founders' commentary.
It's really cool, because as you read through the Bible, you come to a verse. We'll just show you where the founders discussed that verse, talked about that verse, what they said about that verse. I'll give you an example based on Geneva Bible. In John 5, you have the woman brought to Jesus, caught in adultery, and what are they going to do? At the time, in Europe, the judicial system in Europe, time of the Pilgrims, was you had courts of high commissioner, you had admiralty courts, you had star chamber courts, etc. In those courts, you cannot have witnesses, you cannot confront your accuser, hearsay evidence is fine, you can have no one to represent you, there will be no jury, all this stuff is going on. So what they point out in the Geneva Bible is all the judicial process that has been violated by England, because they said, here's the woman brought in adultery, and we know Jesus reached over and wrote in the sand, and then all the guys took off. And his comment is, where are your accusers? And what's believed is that when he was writing, these guys realized, you know, if I stand and accuse her, then they're going to get to look at me, which opens up my life, and you were not allowed to do that in Europe. You couldn't confront your accuser. Your accuser would do it by writing hearsay. You were never allowed to confront them. So in here it says you get to confront your accuser. When Paul was taken before his trials, Paul said, where are my accusers? And that's what the Roman court said, where are your accusers? So what happens is the King James Bible comes out and eliminates all those commentaries, because they got a judicial system they like. So you got this saying, here's the way court's supposed to work. This says, let's not talk about it. Then this comes out after the King James. This is Fox's Book of Martyrs. Now, we think this is a book that shows all the martyrs of Christianity, and kind of does. It shows all the people put to death by bad judicial process. It shows how the courts put them to death the wrong way. And so what happens is, when they get to America, these pilgrims and others say, all right, we've got this, we got this. They don't want us talking about this. And so everything in our due process clause, 4th through 8th Amendment, goes back to biblical basis. Even the right to confront your accusers is Proverbs 18:17. So we take that part of the Bible and just let the founders talk about it, let them comment on all these things. And what I think's cool about that is it's the most practical Bible I've ever been around, because it talks to you about certain kinds of taxes, what taxes are good and what aren't good, certain kinds of government, 7 types of government mentioned in the Bible, why, which one's best, how. I mean, it's stuff that I had never thought about until I saw the founders discuss it.